Hello guys and welcome back to another FWC video. My name is FPL Meerkat and today I've got my Matchday 5 team selection for you guys for the quarter finals and my Matchday 4 review, how well the differential team did. It was a bit of a painful game week, not because of my own score, but because a lot of the highly owned players scored very well last match day. Just before we get into the team, guys, I'm really close to getting to 100 subscribers. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. I would really like to get to 100 subs right before the start of the new year. So yeah, let's get straight into the team selection. Before the team selection, I've actually got my review of match day 4, and it did go pretty well. I did end up using my power captain, but unfortunately it was a little bit of a waste because, as you can see there, Vinicius Jr. was my highest scoring player, and I probably would have captained him anyway. So yeah, a bit annoying, that one. But overall, a decent score of 66 points. It was a bit of a shame because many of the other players who were really highly owned, like Dumfries and especially Mbappe, scored massive hauls. So yeah, in terms of the rank, it wasn't really great. I think it's actually gone, I've actually gained rank a little bit to 77k. Pretty good overall. Yeah, a little bit of a waste of the power captain. The 1 week where I would have got the captaincy right, I end up using the captain and yeah, ends up captaining my highest player anyway. I would have captained him, whereas the previous 3 weeks I've captained blanks. But yeah, solid scores all round. A triple clean sheet at the back there. England keeping their clean sheet and Alba getting a clean sheet. I think I made oh yes, so I made 3 transfers during the week. Now get this. I started off the week with Rashford in the team. I saw that Rashford was benched for the England game, so I moved Rashford to Morata. Then the Spain game came around, and Morata was on the bench. So I transferred out Morata to Ronaldo. And it turned out Ronaldo was also on the bench. So yeah, basically I transferred out Ronaldo to Mbolo. So I essentially used 3 transfers for 1 point. And annoyingly, in that same game, Ramos, who we all saw, got a hat-trick and I think 21 points, which I could have had in my team. Mega differential, and this is all about differentials, so maybe I should have gone for that, but who saw that coming, really? But very, very annoying there. Would have been fantastic to have him in my team, and also he would have been my power captain to about 42 points, which would have been insane. So yeah, missed out on a mega haul there. But no worries, the team did pretty well all around anyway. Pulisic getting an assist, Alvarez getting a goal, Perisic getting a goal, Shaqiri getting an assist, Vinicius I think was a goal and an assist. Decent points all around. I had to bench Silva because actually all of my team had returned by the point the Spain game came around. And no, not the Spain game, the Portugal game, Portugal-Switzerland. So I had to take Silva's 4 points off to play both my players. So yeah, I ended up getting less points because of that. But to be fair, I wasn't expecting Mbolo to get 1 point. But oh well, 66 points is a pretty good score there. Let's have a look at how the Matchday 5 team, the quarter final team, is looking. So for the first time in this series, the team is actually laid out how I want it. So I won't actually be doing any tinkering in this. This will be my final team. It might not be the team that ends the match week, but yeah, this is how the team is going to line up. I've used all 5 of my free transfers. I had 4 players who were eliminated in that in the previous round. See if I can remember them. That'll be Shaqiri and Mbolo, and yeah, 2 others. I can't remember who exactly. Oh, Pulisic was another one. I can't remember who the other one was. But yeah, so I've made 4 transfers doing that. And I've also transferred John Stones out because I don't think I want an English double defence. Alba. Alba was the other one, I believe. I transferred Alba out before the end of the game week to Hakimi. And I've also moved on Olmo as well. So yeah, I think it was actually, yeah, I think that's 5 or 6 that were eliminated, but I used my free transfers from the previous match day to move them on. But yeah, this is currently how the team looks. Honestly, I'm not too confident about the team. There's a lot of different players I would have liked. In fact, I would have really liked my wild card right now. and match day 2 would have gone better if I hadn't used my wildcard. So yeah, that's a little annoying. But yeah, I've got a few differentials here. And I've transferred in a few players. Obviously, the threshold now has gone up to 15% being the quarterfinals. So yeah, a little bit more variety. I did manage to get in Neymar. I believe he's now over 15% selected, but he was 14.7 when I transferred him in. So he does count as a differential for this team. Obviously, a lot of people are going to have him, but at the time of me making my transfers, he was a differential. So yeah, really happy to have him. And I also, as you can see there, I've gone very heavy on Brazilian players there. Vinicius Jr. still in the team. Paqueta is now also in the team. A nice midfielder there from the Brazil team. And I've still got Thiago Silva, who again, risen above 15%, but I already owned him, so it's fine. But yeah, honestly, I'd love to get your guys' thoughts about this in the comments, but I'm genuinely considering transferring Alvarez to Rafinha if he's in the starting lineup and just having all 3 of the Brazil attackers. I know that's a bit silly, but why the hell not? I'm not anywhere near the top, so I might as well do something a little fun to spice things up a bit. But yeah, I've gone very heavy on Brazil. I think they are definitely the most likely team to get through this next round against Croatia. They absolutely blew Korea out of the water. And Croatia really struggled by a Japan side who are not one of the favourites in the tournament. So yeah, I think Brazil will coast through that game. And I'm essentially hoping for a lot of goals in that one. But I've still got Perisic in the team. I thought there's no point transferring him out. He can definitely grab a goal. And he can be an easy sub off as well. The most surprising player in the team, who you've probably all been drawn to, is Henderson. Now, this is very much reactionary. This is based on the fact that he scored a goal last week. He's 0.3% owned. Basically, I wanted one of the England attack force somewhere, either a midfielder or a forward. And Sterling he's come back into the England squad now, but he's a rotation risk. So is Rashford. I think Henderson's the most likely to play, and he's just super out there. And he's also starting on my bench anyway, so he'll only be really used if there's other blanks that I need to sub off in the team. But if he doesn't come off the bench, then that's completely fine as well. As you can see there, I've really gone very light on some of the teams. There are no Portugal players currently in my team. I just couldn't really fit any of them in, given the restrictions of only picking differentials, and only one French player as well. I've tried to limit myself from the England-France game because I think on paper that is probably the toughest to call in terms of who's getting through there. I'd say France are the favourites in that one, but that one's probably the closest on paper. And I'm really just hoping that Morocco can cause an upset again against Portugal. But yeah, most of Portugal's best players are not differentials. I think Bruno Fernandes was the main point scorer. But yeah, he's just too highly owned. And I guess I could try and go for Ramos, who's the striker. But again, I only needed to move on Mbolo in the attack, and I could get in Neymar, so that was pretty much a set deal. Alvarez will probably be leaving the team for someone, but again, it depends if he's in the starting lineup or not. I really wanted Daley Blind, so he went straight in to the team. I took out John Stones to get him in because I didn't really fancy England double defence, and I was recommending Blind from the very start, and he's one of the highest scorers in the entire game. I knew a haul was coming, but I never really went for him. So now he's in the team, probably a bit too late as he is up against Messi's Argentina, who will probably score a goal. And to be honest, I don't really fancy having double Argentina defence as well. I've got 3 defenders in that game. So yeah, very unlikely that I get any clean sheets in that one. 5 players in the Brazil-Croatia game. 5 players, I believe, as well in the Argentina-Netherlands game. Just the 2 Morocco players, no Portugal, and 2 English, 1 French. So, yeah, very different to what a lot of other people's teams will look like. A lot of people will be banking on Portugal absolutely annihilating Morocco. I can't see that happening with how good Morocco's defence has been. That's why I wanted Hakimi, in case they do get a clean sheet, and he's so attacking as well. I think Hakimi is a really nice pick. He is still under the threshold of 15%, so he is still a differential at the moment. But yeah, that is basically how the team is going to be looking. I've obviously used all of my boosters now. I've used all the boosters, so I can't use any of that. My captain is going to be Neymar for the first game, as long as he's in the starting lineup. If he's not, I'll obviously switch it to Vinicius. And if Neymar blanks, then I'm not actually too sure who my captain's going to be. It'll probably be Alvarez, who I captain, or whoever I transfer Alvarez to, because I've got, as you can see there, 2 million in the bank to upgrade him to a different attacker. I think there's quite a few different options that I like the look of. Depay is a main one. If one of Rashford or Sterling ends up being in the lineup, I could go there. Obviously, I'd love to have the likes of a Messi or a Richarlison or Gakpo as well. Gakpo's someone I can't get because they're too highly owned. Actually, let me just check how many players are there that I can't get. So remember the threshold is 15% now. So if I go by all and sort by selected, so there's Messi, Mbappe, Fernandes, Dumfries, who was a killer last week, Alisson, Saka, Cancelo, Hernandez, who I had at one point when he was a differential, Marquinhos, Richarlison, Shaw, Bellingham, Trippier, Foden. Look, all the English lads. I really want the English boys, but so does everyone else apparently. I'd love like the likes of Bellingham, but they're just too highly owned. Noppert, Van Dijk, Neymar was a differential when I got him in, so that's fine. Diego Costa, Thiago Silva, again, already owned him. Ziyech, already owned him. Di Maria and Martinez, who is nearing the threshold, but isn't quite. Harry Kane is surprisingly a differential. Oh, so that could be some. I don't actually have the money in the bank to go from Alvarez to Kane, but that's definitely someone I could look at. If Alvarez isn't in the starting lineup, I could do a double change. I think, actually, yeah, could I? I think, looking at it, if I do, because I've got De Jong in the team, if I go from De Jong to Klaassen, I have 11 in the... Wow, I have exactly 11 in the bank. Wow, yeah. So I could do Alvarez to Kane and De Jong to Klaassen. This would be if Alvarez isn't in the starting lineup or I don't fancy his chances. Oh, I think I should have done that from the off. But it would have required a 3-point hit anyway. I transferred in De Jong. I just think he's a better bet than Klaassen. Klaassen's more likely to come off early. But if Klaassen's in the starting lineup, I could easily do that and just get in Harry Kane. And then he'd be a very nice second captaincy option. I think I've talked myself into that now. I think I will probably do that if we get news that either Alvarez isn't starting, Klaassen is, something along those lines. But yeah, I'm really not I'm really not expecting many points this week. I think the people with the likes of Mbappe will be on for high scores. But I'm English. I don't really want to bet on France doing well. It just, I'm going to be watching I want to watch the football and enjoy England playing. I really don't want to be thinking, oh, that's annoying. My France players haven't done very well. I'm going to be going mostly in on England. So to be honest, I'm hoping that Lloris stays on the bench anyway. I'm hoping that the Argentina get their clean sheet. I will be definitely considering, even if Martinez gets like 3 points, I think Lloris will stay on my bench because I really want England to score. But yeah, that is currently how the team is looking. And quickly, I will look at the mini league just to see who's doing well. I'm now in third in the mini league. Someone's overtaken me. Tom Spencer. How are you, mate? Let's see. No, that's matchday points. There we go. So 90 matchday points for this guy. And Tom Spencer with 91. Look at that. So, Tom, your team is, Dumfries and Captain Mbappe. It doesn't really get much better than that. Saka, Foden as well. Look at the returns in this team. No wonder I've done so badly this week. I couldn't have any of these players. Couldn't have Mbappe, couldn't have Messi, couldn't have Richarlison, Dumfries, Saka, Foden. They all returned, and I couldn't have a single one of them. And yeah, that's about going to wrap it up for this video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Like I said earlier, I'm really close to 100 subscribers now. I think at the time recording, I'm on about 91. So I just need a few more of you to hit the subscribe button to hit 100. That would really make my year. When I started off this channel, I didn't think I'd get anything from it. I was expecting about 20, 30 subscribers. So to hit 100 would make me really happy by the end of the year. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next FWC video.